Speaking of Vegas,
Pete Carroll was asked about maybe reuniting, and it feels so good with Russell Wilson, who is a free agent.
he is.
And Pete Carroll didn't sound too excited about it.
We're just in the midst of just trying to, find the puzzle pieces, not even putting them together yet. So I can't even say. I mean, guys are still, free agency hasn't come yet. That's the first competitive opportunity that will occur, and then the draft is coming. We'll have that opportunity to do things. I can't tell you right now. I mean, I could guess, but it would just be a guess. So, but I promise you, if you're a real competitor, you're not letting options get away from you. So we're going to consider every option as a possibility.
Man, I hope you don't say that about me one day. Hey, man, you want to reunite with Kelvin? Well, hey, y'all, we just, well, you better at least say something.
No, but I do understand. The one thing I will give him a pass on is you just don't know what the dynamics are of the free agency, who's available, the situation. For him to paint himself into a corner, not even knowing if Russell Wilson even wants the quarterback for him with what went down in Seattle. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's a difficult spot to just right there. Oh, yeah, let's bring the band back.
I want a more fun, you've been doing this for 40-something years, 50 years he has, savvy answer. Man, that's my guy forever. I love that kid. But, we got businesses or something like that. He act like it was offensive to think about.
No, well, I just think he was in a tough spot.
Yeah.
It's free agency.
It is.
It's not like he's already there and, hey, this is great, you're back. Well, we don't know what we're going to be doing. Like, that's different.
He was just like, indicators indicate when you think about it, if, the sky is blue, sometimes it's gray. And I just want to say, hey. No, it'll be interesting to see. Really, the interesting thing with this Pete Carroll is he legitimately trying to come here and coach, and win? Or is he creating a culture to hand off and pass the baton to person X?
I love when people say that like it's automatic that whoever takes over is just going to get the culture from the guy that was there before who won a Super Bowl, and you turn it over to somebody who doesn't have the same credentials.
So let's look at the Cowboys.
Let me say this. What in the world? He's 74 when the season starts.
That's what I'm saying.
You're going to develop a quarterback? Come on, Pete. No, you can't. There's not enough time.
And that's what I mean. So is he here for, I'm going to develop a quarterback, create a culture, and set the tone and hand it off? Because my point is, you would look at him as somebody you would think, man, we need that championship experience, both in collegiately, pro, and maybe you thought the Cowboys, right? You say, all right, we got our quarterback. We still believe in Dak no matter if you do, they do, nobody does, we do. We got our guy. We got our receiver in CD. We got our defense. We're going to bring back Michael, whatever. And you say we just need that one little thing extra. We think Pete Carroll has it. Okay, great. 74, I ain't here for a long time. I'm here for a short time. Makes sense. The Raiders they're far away from it. They don't have a quarterback. They don't have much talent outside of Max Crosby and another player or two. They don't have a vision. What? He's going to coach 3-4 years, get it going, and be almost 80?
The only 5-year plan Pete Carroll could be attached to, a mortician would be involved. I mean, it's just not possible.
What, he's going to get his headstone, already getting his casket? Wait,
I'm just saying.
Why are you always putting somebody, you always usually say, I'm waiting on the next line. You know what it is. He's a what away.
He's one pork chop away from not being the head
You're always
coach.
putting them people in there.
All I'm saying is, he don't have there's no 5-year plan.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's be honest. You got to win now. You need a veteran quarterback. You can't. I'm sorry. This is not 20 years ago.
So who is it? Sam Darnold? Is it Russell Wilson?
He's going to be available.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Sam Darnold makes sense. Still relative, because Russ is older. Not old, but he's old, for sports age. So maybe Sam Darnold, you feel like he's gotten better. He's improved. He could be our guy for 2 or 3 years until we maybe find the guy for the next decade.
That's why this is a weird hire. It really is. I'm dead serious because you don't have long-term plans anymore in the NFL. That's just not how it works in all sports. They used to be when a general manager came in, here's our 5-year plan. Like that That used to be a selling point.
You might get 5 months. You act wrong.
Dude, right? Get off, have a bad stretch or a bad How many guys
you
get
might
fired
have
up?
a good one. You can coach of the year and get fired out here in these streets.
Right.
Win a championship.
Can't hack it. We knew that like after game 1. Where he couldn't manage the clock.
Yeah.
You remember instead of having Russell Wilson go for a first down, he had kicked a 60-yard field goal. We're like, dude, what is this?
Man,
what?
Those lights get big for coaches too. We talk about the players. Those lights get big for coaches as well. But yeah, so this is just obviously he has a relationship with Russell Wilson. You saw Marshawn Lynch up there screaming Raiders and having fun. They ended up, kicking it afterwards. And so yes, there's that reunion type of feel and vibe. I just thought the Raiders would want to use this opportunity, Rob G, your team, to say, we're so bad, let's just blow the whole thing up and start fresh and start building up, right? We got a new stadium. We're building it up to create a new fan base here. Obviously, you got one worldwide, the brand. But, why wouldn't you want to do that? And if you do want to do that, Pete Carroll, again, he's either just trying to be the culture guy, or why is he here? Because he can't be part of the long run. You want to find your Sean McVay, right? You want to find your Kyle Shanahan. I know you hate him, but that's how the 49ers feel.
I don't hate anybody. I love everybody.
Okay, well, you want him gone. You want to find your young guy, your Nick Sirianni, if they believe he's the guy. You want that. And it's just odd that they would do, but it's also very Raider of them. This is kind of what the Raiders have done the last 20 years. They haven't made decisions that you go, well, that makes sense.
It's a really weird hire, and I heard people say, oh, they needed an adult in the room, and they needed this and that. Yeah, those are the
bring
same.
him in as an executive.
Those were the same people who were saying,
oh,
oh yeah, well, Antonio Pierce, well, he's a player, and they relate to him, and blah 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 blah. Did you see the rah rah at the end of the season? Like they whatever it is. That somebody comes in, they're gonna
make it make sense. They're gonna put some spin. Al Davis smiling in his grave, like he putting some spin on that.
There's always some spin.
Spin it.
I'm
just win, baby, win. Dad, we ain't won in a long time. Telling you, it's a curse of the He-Man haircut. He cuts that haircut, Rob G. Y'all good. Mark Davis cut it. He needs a you. You got a nice hair, and you cut your own, don't you? You know what, Rob G? I've settled it. You need to go volunteer and cut his hair. And tell him I'm gonna get you straight. I got you.
I'm convinced he has that hair because it's so thin up top that that's the way to kind of cover up the rest of it.
But Rob G, if you
he can't get a fade because there's nothing to fade anymore.
If you were to cut his hair, though, the best part would be he could take it off, you could cut it, and then he put it back.
That was one of your better ones.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. All right, now put that one.
No, nothing.
No, that was good. Put it over there, and then now you got one you can use whenever we bring up the Raiders.
But just save it. Don't use it every time.
Don't beat it down. I tell my daughter, my oldest daughter.
What are y'all saying? I use my jokes too much?
Yes.
Did you hear some of the guests? Did you hear some of the guests laugh when
they ain't on every day?
That's one, and then it's a courtesy laugh. They're like
Kurt Heelan. I heard him slap his knee before he laughed.
Rob, it's like going over to your house for dinner. I'm not going to say the food's bad,
Right.
Oh,
you invited me over.
Which, by the way, Alex, whenever you have some kids, you got to make sure you tell them. Rob G knows kids are too honest.
Yeah.
You want any more? No, it's the worst I've ever had. Hey, they're not going to invite us over again.
It's
Relax.
disgusting.
It's disgusting. That was gross. I only ate it because you made me. And the person who offered it just sitting there like, you're like, she's so crazy. She just blurts out stuff. I'm sorry. We'll see ourselves out.
My friend Cliff Brown, he told me once his daughter, they went to some family barbecue, and of course one of the uncles has this big stomach, and all that. Yep. And she just walks right up to him and goes, Daddy, he's fat.
Oh, yeah.
Like right to it.
Oh, yeah. If you don't want some honesty, don't be around kids.
Like, oh, my God.
Kids will humble you. I've had days where I was like, you know what, Dub? You getting it back. You bringing sexy back. And then as soon as my daughter see me, why is your stomach so big? Or
like, thanks, right?
Daddy, your breast stinks. You're like, dang, I thought I was feeling myself today.
Exactly.
Kids will humble you.